Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of Shoot the Breeze, a chill interview and a chill time all around for you and me. I am your host, Heavy Divider, and right next to me is, well, he is a very kind soul. As a matter of fact, not only is he just a kind soul, he's also a very honest and reasonable person to ever talk to. Especially if you ever want to have a good conversation with him and just talk a little bit about everything. Like, trust me, he's got a level head. My guest for tonight here is known as Hypertdog, but for us, and close friends alike, we just call him Hyper for short. Welcome, Hyper.
Yep. Well, hello. Thanks for having me here.
No, it's all good. It's all good. By the way, you can move up a little bit here if you want to. You're a little bit. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. No, you're good. You're good.
Is that good?
That's good. That's good. You're fine. You're fine. You were just like shy away off, but it's all good.
I got my camera out. I got my camera as reference, kind of figure out where it is as well.
No, you're fine. No, it's all good. It's all good. So, I got a question for you. First question off back is, how the hell did we meet?
Speaking of before there, I'm pretty sure we met before VRHigh, like just in passing, as you do in VRChat. You meet people every now and then, but the main part I remember mainly meeting, actually talking to you and getting to know you as a friend was through VRHigh.
It was through VRHigh.
Yeah.
Like, in a way or so, to kind of fall back, because I remember this, but I feel like there's more to it than that one person. But the first time I ever met you, I believe I met you through Brewmanchu. And
Brewmanchu, that one surprised me,
through Brewmanchu. And I got a chance to talk to you briefly or so. We never got a chance to basically fully know each other for that or so, but at least we were able to friend one another that. And then when we fully knew each other was during VRHigh. And quite the interesting thing for that, I gotta say. So.
Oh yeah. I've had that with a lot of friends on VRChat when I was on it there. I'd meet a lot of people there. I get I'd see if they're nice people and all that stuff. I'd friend them, and then I might meet them later on there, like a few months or so later, and have a good proper conversation. Get to be good friends with them there. That's you know Beta Dash, right, and all that stuff. There.
I know Beta Dash
with him as well there. Yeah. Like I knew him in passing as well there at the time. Then I made him caught up with him later on there, and actually became good friends. That was kind of how it goes, and that's kind of one of the ways that I treated with VRChat was get to know them, and when I get the chance to actually, properly talk to them, become good friends, essentially.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, I got a chance to know you originally through VRChat, but over the time or so, I get a chance to know you for different other games, from Pummel Party, from Monster Hunter, from some of the games we played together.
Oh yeah. Plus, we also got to meet at TwitchCon there last year. Which
we did.
Really cool.
Yeah, we did. We did, and it was actually first.
We partied. We partied as well as the Connect party. That was
that was great.
That was a fun night.
You had a wild time. I'm just saying, you danced like crazy there.
Oh yeah.
Quick question.
I made the most of that.
I got a question, because I've always been asked this, but basically, does my voice even match my face the moment you met me?
The moment I met you, you were Iron Man, I'm pretty sure. If I remember correctly. So.
No, like at TwitchCon, like basically when we met in person.
Oh, TwitchCon. Oh, okay. It's like IRL.
IRL thing. Yeah, when we met.
Yeah. I thought so.
It was just weird because it was one of those moments where basically, I've always had that thing where basically my voice never matches my face, because when I look in the mirror, so it's like, how does that work? Looks like a different voice.
How does this work?
How does this work?
How do I see?
How do I see?
What is this?
We're now John Cena. It's like, can you see us?
What is color?
What is color?
Can you see me?
Can you see me?
What is color?
Oh God, good Lord. But to dive into basically the next question is your VRChat origins. How did you get started with this game? Like, what brought you here?
Okay. What's brought me here? Actually, this is back in 2017. This is all the way back then. I had pretty much I'd been doing my own thing there, doing other things. I've been watching, doing Twitch stuff there, and watching YouTube videos, just doing a lot of stuff there. And eventually, I remember, I think it was Lost Pause started playing the game and did some videos for it there, and a few other people started doing videos for it, and I saw that, and I was interested there. oh my god, I can be the anime and I can talk about the anime and all that stuff there with people that might have similar interests with that there, and I can actually like
Yep.
talk to people, be social and stuff like that. And that's what drew me into it originally. There is that kind of like social thing there. But the first time I got the game was in January of 2018. But at that point I had a shitty ass laptop and it couldn't run it for shit.
Ooh.
It could not do anything. No, this is not like just desktop, not even a VR. I had no VR at that point in time. I couldn't run the desktop version, and I had like no internet either at home, so that didn't help me either. So I'm like trying to just like play the game in like public Wi-Fi and like go like, almost I'm going to the world to see this, like not working. Nope.
Yep.
So I only properly got into the game, actually getting into the game in February when I actually got my PC, which I've been using there. Actually bought my first PC with the money I'd saved over the years, and I started playing VRChat in, of course, desktop mode there, as you do, and I met a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of my friends there. I started streaming just before that as well. That I felt like I wanted to start streaming myself, so I started on PS4, did that with Nier Automata.
You went the exact same route as
several
me.
years. Yeah, and then took me fucking several years to finish Nier Automata because I kept doing other things. But yeah, and then I didn't initially. I don't think I initially started streaming VRChat there. I just was having fun and playing games, and then at one point I decided to start streaming it, and yeah, just the rest from there really. Just met people, met my mods. And my main mod, Paralysia there, he's actually one of my close friends who's actually lives like a few blocks down there, and he heard I started streaming, and that was a way for me to get back into contact with him as well there, and after so many years since high school and shit like that, so it brought me together to a lot of people, you got the Knuckles thing running around. It was February and March was interesting. It was a lot more. It was that chaos, that lovely chaos that I loved so much there about it. I couldn't predict what will happen. I'd go into a world and something random would happen, and I was like, oh yes, this is what I want. I can talk to people and just enjoy myself, have a good time,
Oh yeah, I see it. Especially just chaos around where basically you and your friends could just have a good time just messing around doing whatever it is or so. Even if it's not Uganda Knuckles or anything, it's just like different things.
My the one who did my original profile picture there, the one that fan art there, Pastel Panda, I'm sad I've lost in contact with her a bit there because Timezones and work and other stuff there, but she was the embodiment of chaos in VRChat pretty much, essentially. If you may remember, if you've watched like a lot of Hawks' older videos, she was one of the people that he originally VR married for before the whole APOC stuff there happened, and and Miana and stuff there. That was the whole reason for that, was literally she had a freezer model with the tail forward there, and the joke at the end of it was going to be like, going to marry there and got to the honeymoon night and penis. That was that was one I did a few like VR marriages and stuff like that with people, and I walked Panda down the aisle as a blue-eyed white dragon, just to fuck with him as well. This is before I properly got to know Hawks completely, like a bit more as a better friend there. So I was still, just having fun with it there, and yeah, it was a lot more less stressful, less. I didn't have a care in the world at that time. It didn't matter that I had not even like 10 to not even 100 to 200 followers at that point there. So I hadn't grown. I was like, and I was just having fun. I was enjoying it. I went karaoke, do all that stuff there.
I feel you.
And for me, the point that changed that to decide to actually start growing and becoming more well known in the community was around just June, I think, actually. Yeah, June and July, because June was the first time I got into Foxy Video. And that was that was unfortunately all those videos are now taken down, and no one can look back at those memories there. I've got the clips of the stuff there, what I was in there, but those old videos are unfortunately gone. Originally, I was walking around. A lot of people who see my stuff now probably don't know this. Originally on VRChat, for those who don't see my old stuff there, I was originally running around as a Bakura model, essentially. Running around as Bakura, that was my thing. Mainly because I had a whole bunch of models I was just messing around with there. A lot of them villains, because I just enjoyed some of the villains and the characters of them there. Bakura stuck there, and it stuck mainly because I was saying before, Panda made a pretty much my profile picture, the Bakura, and I stuck with Bakura after that, essentially. So I was running around and all out there, and the first clip on Foxy's there, I was running around as Bakura, went up into a room, and there's a whole bunch of just guys in some in this speedo just dancing on a table, and then hey, welcome to the gay dance bar. Do you want to see? Hey, do you want a point? I don't know. It was just welcome to the dance bar. Do you want a drink? Hey, welcome to gay sex bar. You come to the right place in the right avatar.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
and that was the clip that started getting me more traction through and further clips on obviously, yeah. And yeah. So that was a thing there essentially. I started growing after that with putting stuff on Foxy and people getting to know who I was there. And then at the end of 2018, I got to 1,000 followers. Essentially, got to pass 1,000 followers, and I was so happy about that. I pushed to get there, and then at the end of the start of 2019, I decided I just wasn't feeling VRChat after a while. Just as a streaming platform, I want to try more other games and stuff like that and do that, and I didn't want to be the person trying to use other people to try and grow myself, trying to leech off others to get followers and stuff. I wanted to just have fun and enjoy myself while also making enjoyable content for people who are watching there. So yeah,
no, I got you.
That's just kind of a quick rough thing of what happened during the VRChat stuff there. It's a whole bunch of other stuff that happened. I bought some on a PC. Yeah.
So I was gonna say, for my next question I had on hand is basically hobbies you have on besides this game entirely. Just basically any certain other multiplayers out there or so that you would play or so. I know Monster Hunter is the first thing I put down just because it was one of those games that we just played together out of it.
That's the thing. Monster Hunter was a weird one. I started originally when it came out there, doing that there, and then with me, if I drop things, I forget about them forever, and then eventually pick them up with that. And that was with Monster Hunter as well. I hadn't touched it for ages there. I got mostly through the story, and then I just stopped it there. And then I came back when you guys were doing the community nights there when we were doing the Fusion Soul stuff, and I just got back into it when playing with you guys and enjoyed myself with it there a bit more. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least through that or so, I got a chance to at least try something completely different that I never tried before. Even though it became, it was one of those things where you forget about the grind of certain games because when you're with those people you have around, it becomes the greatest memes of all time with your friends, just to mess around.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a big grind, definitely. A whole bunch of other games. Recently, I've been playing Fall Guys, as most people have there, because it's out, and I've been enjoying that. It's an addicting game. It's a very addicting game. Most of the other stuff I do in my own time. I've been voice acting for Mineko there on Mondays for me, Sundays for you guys. I think it is there in America.
Yep.
Yeah. If you since I probably didn't say it, I'm Australian. Hello, everybody. Australian.
Yeah, I have a question following up about time zones for that, but it'll be later on.
Yeah.
It'll be later on for that.
I know. Oh yeah, I know. That'll be later on. Yeah, but. Other stuff there. I do hobbies there. Besides, cause I work, I do a part-time job. I've been doing a part-time job, doing a night shift each night, pretty much thing there, through the whole time of streaming. So I was balancing work and streaming, doing my own thing. yeah, so besides that, I watch YouTube. I just do a bit of reading. I watch anime. Oh, I watch a lot of anime.
Yeah, I know you do.
I'm too much of a weeb. You know what?
I know.
Oh yeah, I know you're.
I know it. I know it because there's also a question that's going to be asking about. There's going to be a question I'm going to be asking about that, but that's going to be later on too. Like you're already one step ahead of me.
I know.
You're already one step ahead of me here.
I'm just bringing up like I don't have too much hobbies myself is the problem. Like I like talking to people and stuff like that. I bought a guitar on Christmas to try and learn the guitar. I haven't touched it. It's sitting in the behind me there, and I got the amp and everything. I haven't touched it. I would need to learn it. I just keep putting it off, and I need to do that at some point there. But just keep forgetting about it.
No, I feel you. I feel you. But
yeah.
But let's talk about communities right now. And now, I gotta ask you a question about like, okay, for some of the communities you've ever been part of, have there ever been like any difficult communities you've been with for the most part, or like certain ones you were able to learn? And I assume there's like certain ones you learned a lot from, to basically you could apply for your own kind of thing here and there. So.
Yes, but also I failed my own section. I need to work on that eventually myself, but that's another story.
Here's the thing. No, it's okay. Just keep in mind, if you think your Discord's dead, I always put it like this: it's not dead, it's sleeping.
Exactly.
It's not dead until you then it awakes. Then you awaken the sleeping giant, and then it comes full force.
Yeah, it's exactly, and I have the means to do that. I just need to put more time and effort into doing that there, and putting some time into making some more community events for that Discord itself. I wish I can do a bit more coming up in the next few months or stuff there. And as for communities I've been a part of, here's the thing with VRChat. Normally, because I tend to normally avoid like massive groups there. And like big streamers, but I tend to want to make stuff myself as well. So I've ended up making two different. I've made two major ones, like different groups there, which have been thing there. First up was Team Spectrum. There, I ended up making that with a few friends that ended up too many friends in there, and that was the first time I learned about how to go with a team, how to make teams, and the whole nitty-gritty behind the scenes that no one normally sees if they're watching this thing there, and how it can be very, very difficult there to do if you don't have the right people, the right motivation, all that stuff there. Team Spectrum was essentially a shit show. Kind of thing.
I was gonna say
it didn't go.
How exactly did that idea come across? How did that idea started exactly?
Basically, I got a message from Phoenix Prime. It was at the time we were still good, like we were still pretty good friends there, and we were pretty much like, oh, we need to start a team, like, because this is around the time when like Kinetic was getting all big and all that stuff there, and like we need to start a team ourselves. We need to play games together and do all that and start growing up. So he made like a giant like group of like Discord group with about 10 people there, myself included, and a whole bunch of friends there. It's like, let's make a Discord server. We keep adding more people and more people. To eventually, it was 22 people as his team members counted as a thing, and and so we did community nights. We did that we tried to do that weekly there. Essentially, we tried to do like once a week there, do a community thing there, do a stream like that, and that's why I got like all the Jackbox games just sitting in my Steam list uninstalled right now. But I played a whole bunch of games, golf with friends, all that stuff. We played that. It was fun. We had a lot of fun with it, and I met a whole bunch of cool people there and got to talk with them and have fun with that. But at the end of the day, had a point where a lot of people weren't showing up there. A lot of people weren't being active at all as well, and it just felt like nothing was actually happening. And then Phoenix started like focusing more on his own VRChat stuff there, and he just took a step back from the thing. And at that point, I started Twitter for the Team Spectrum. That was. I may as well get to that point as well. The name was the thing that killed us from the fucking beginning. We couldn't figure out a name for the team, for the actual team itself. We had like a whole bunch of names, had the whole thing there, and had like I started like a straw poll for it there. Had like this, and this. And then one of my mods, who is not my mod anymore, because I'm a dick, he pretty much like trolled everyone and like put his own suggestion in there, and then everyone started doing like, no, I don't want to be named that. That's stupid. That is actually a stupid name. And so, yeah, eventually we were just debating over what a name we would be there. It just was just a whole bunch of side drama and stuff you put there, which I don't want to talk about there. But
no, it's fine.
Yeah, eventually we settled on Spectrum there and stuck with that. And sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No. I know VRChat's being crazy. It's just moving it back and forth, being crazy.
It's just my control. I accidentally tapped my control. That's my fault. So yeah, pretty much, yeah, we did that, and then eventually, like, fuck, we have to go with the name. We went with Spectrum. That was more, like, accessible, I guess, even if it did piss off someone, but that's another thing. But yeah, we kept going, we did the games. Eventually, just like, this isn't working. We need to. Clearly, no one's putting the effort in there. I'm trying to carry it. That was just me. It was just me trying to push, and then have points where no one turned up at all when I'm missing a voice call. It's like, is anyone going to turn up? I just want to play games with friends, and like, and I'm just sitting here like, this is not working. This team is not working. This is not a team. There's just too many people. And there's not enough people putting an effort there. No one putting. It's not a team at all. It's just. And so eventually I decided made the call to pull the plug on it there essentially, and we have good memories from it there and did that, but it just wasn't working. So I pulled the plug over there, deleted the group there, deleted the Twitter, and the rest is history. But I still have made good memories, good friends from that there. But it was better to let go there while it was still relatively, like, it didn't get even more toxic from there,
No, I understand.
Rather than trying to push a boulder up a mountain there that just wasn't gonna go by himself there.
Yeah,
so I was just carrying a burden that was there.
Too much pain to push something up a hill when basically, even if you get all the way up to it, it's just gonna hurt you in the end. Yeah. Yeah.
At one point, we just tried like, let's not do like. Controller. That's my fault. That's at one point we were like, let's just not do one each week there. We'll just have it whenever we can there. There's like a normal thing there, but then nothing got organized because they didn't think there, and just
it's just when you have it when you have it set as basically do it whenever you can. That's basically a free pass for everybody to say, okay, whenever I feel like it.
We're not doing anything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was just it was just a death sentence sort of thing. And
so one more thing, I was gonna say, let's talk about one more thing here. That being, now, I know Hawks is ripping. I know a few other people there as well. But I was gonna say, let's talk about the Pride Lands. How did that come about?
Pride Lands for Hawks is pretty much Pride Lands essentially was normally his Discord server, obviously there, but he made it aspect of it there being like part of his like a family thing, like he's like VR family essentially, and I was one of those people along with like Panda and a whole bunch of a list of people that are essentially his family. That's kind of how it went about there. I'm the Pride Lands team on his Twitch and stuff like that. It's essentially just family members that wanted to be a part of that there. And we still have our own family text and in that Discord, and have a chat there every now and then with people, but I haven't been as active as recently. But it's just we usually talk with him there and that, and every now and then make games, had some anime night stuff like that, or movie night and that. So basically it's just like a family Discord thing there.
Okay,
which was his own Discord as well, so
okay,
where he posts like his videos and stream announcements and stuff like that.
Okay, I got you. And past teams and past communities leads to one other thing here, since this is when you and I got a chance to know each other more.
Move up there. VRHigh.
Let's talk about VRHigh. So that's a topic. Okay. All right. So I think I was saying before with the VRChat journey that I eventually got bored. Like I got bored. I want to do other things there. VRHigh for me essentially there was me trying to, my last ditch effort to try and
have some fun with the game as a streaming platform, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
That's how one of the ways it initially started. I wasn't the original person completely that came up with the idea as well. I'm going to say that outright there.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't Ness either. It was a person who went by a different name before, but now is known as Silverthorn, if you know Silverthorn.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know who they are.
Yeah, so yeah, basically, me and him there, we went to pretty much the Under A simulator world at one point. They're like, this would be good for an RP. You can do this and this and that, and like, it's like, and then, oh my god, this is a great idea. We should make an RP. We can do that there, and yeah, we pretty much started discussing about it there, and like, oh, let's make a Discord about it there, and then just before it was about to happen there, some drama issues with VRChat end up happening to Silverthorn, so he had to back out essentially there because of all that, and his name at the time there, you know, getting so much shit there, and just for random things there. So just to be safe, he decided, you know, didn't want to do it. So I pretty much had to take over from that point on, and hence, if you guys actually remember the VRHigh one, I was essentially the principal of it all. Yeah,
you were the principal superintendent in a way.
Yeah, essentially that was how it ended up being essentially that there. And at that point I put a call out on Twitter, and I think maybe Discord. I can't remember if it's Discord. I put out a call on Twitter. Anyone interested in doing an RP based on high school and that there, just DM me if you're interested. I got a whole bunch of DMs from people, yourself included, obviously.
I was gonna say, yes, that's how I knew about it, just because you put that call. I was like, you know what, I've never been part of an RP before, why not give it a shot?
Yeah, exactly, and me either. I'd been part of an RP, I'd been like, you know, just side random things, but not actually an RP there, so that was my first time organizing an RP, first time properly doing an RP, and it kind of showed myself. But yeah, so I got that, had a whole bunch of people apply there, started Discord there, and I met my friend at the time, Nesty there. He's now Jinxer, but yeah, he pretty much I asked him to help me with that because he had some ideas himself there. Once I was like telling him about the idea, and so he started doing some own like story stuff, and I kind of let him have a bit of like more creative control over what was happening there with that, while also, you know, organizing aspects of it there myself.
Yeah, and then he ran into certain problems on him where basically he could no longer he wasn't being able to stream because of his internet. So he was having internet problems at the time. I think it was between like season 2 or 3. I don't know when it started happening. It wasn't season 1. Season 1, I think he was still streaming, but until something happened, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, so basically he had his own like personal issues there. Everyone, as much as like everyone wants like a group to be perfect, lovey-dovey, everything like that, there was drama. There was a lot of drama. That didn't really help my wanting to stick with it for a long time. So eventually I stepped back, but that's just at the end of the story. But with VRHigh, I started it there. I'll pull up now. I'll show you guys.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, so we had, this was the, you know, principal, got the principal doing that originally. Basically what happened that day, because I had no plans whatsoever, I had nothing. I didn't have like a model prepared like a whole bunch of other people did. I'm like, fuck it, I went to the Gintam world, looked at there like, oh, Katsura, I'm gonna grab this one, and just went to the thing as Katsura, and I had a Kamui one as well, and that ended up being one of my student characters. I literally, like, the last second before the thing happened, I just grabbed 2 fucking models there that was just from the world and had the favorites list, and I just went and went with it there. And that's how it fucking started.
Yeah.
I had no plans.
I didn't have any plans either going in. Like, basically, I was like, well, I'm walking around as a dapper Iron Man. I'll just wing it. Go in there. I wing it and just come up with something.
I just swung it. I just winged it, and it just evolved from there. Essentially,
yeah, same thing.
Some people had plans of their own characters and stuff like that already. Actually, all we had was names relatively later on. We built the organization after the first round. First one was pretty much a warm up, a test run, see what it was like there, and it went. It went.
It went.
That was just dramatic pause, not anything like that. I was like, it went.
No, as soon as you pause, I actually almost got scared.
It was like, it went well, but no.
Well,
it was okay.
Put
It
it
was
this way.
okay.
Put it this way. It lasted 4 seasons, so honestly, that would say tremendous success on that.
Oh yeah, at the end it kind of did there.
Oh, no.
It's funny because Session also was like. Here's the thing. Here's how not planned this was. I invite a friend of mine joined off us there mid-session. There, I'm like, "Fuck it, do you want to join the RP as well?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he just winged it as well with his like character. That's Session
Yep.
essentially.
Yeah, that's how I
he
met
joined
him.
the last joined the thing, and he just like winged it and as well and had fun with it, and that's how I got another person into the RP. And it was just no plan. There was no plan at all. There was no thing. It was just it was just improv essentially to a degree. It was just an improv RP.
Honestly,
I was finding things.
Yeah, honestly, in the sense of it, and that's the fun part. Basically, all I had was not a storyline when it started, just nothing but improv. Everybody just came up with shit on the spot with it. So because of that, it was just like I think that's what kind of made it stand out a bit, just because through that, a lot of people learn how to improv better out of that.
Yeah, they learned how to improv better. They learned how to like think on the spot there and like create things. They got different interactions they would if they tried to plan it beforehand. Because like a lot of it, some of it was just reaction, like how that happens, and some of it was people trying to push jokes and stuff like that, and other stuff like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of different things that happened there, and that's kind of how it went there for a lot of it there.
For a lot of them.
Again, Ness did have his own thing. He was like pushing himself there. He had his own idea of where he wanted the story to go, and had some general plot of his like general plot essentially. But it was its own thing there, and then teachers doing their own thing as well there. But yeah, teachers. So it was mostly just me, Ness, and Ness mostly there, and his friends there, and and that's how it originally went. And then eventually we added some more people. Those people left eventually, and because of other things, and it just
kind of what it was.
It was off and on there.
Yeah,
it was off and on with it.
Yeah, basically that concept idea actually was taken and basically split off. Like some people took that idea in a way and basically made their own versions of it or so. Like even if it's not directly correlated or so, it gave them at least a little bit of an idea on what they want to try something differently. So.
Yeah, and then there was some people. This is part of the drama that happened there. Some people didn't like the way it was run there because they're used to probably normal RPs, and seeing how ours was there, they're like, we know how to RP. We know RP better than you. It's like,
yeah, I know.
We don't care. We just want to do what the fuck. And had some people leave because of that.
Yeah.
Some people come and go. So yeah, that's part of why I said it's pretty much it was a shit show in its own way there,
Yeah.
It was my own kind of chaos mixed in with everyone else's kind of chaos and own way of thinking, and so I'm surprised it did last as long as it did. I think Ness did pull it out. The Chinks have pulled it out a lot longer than it probably should have there, I guess, because I think a lot of people at one point just like it was too much on him, too much on the people there. People were having their own ideas of things, and it's just I at that point I hadn't made it. I think season 3 or 2 or something. I don't know, B3. I think I'm pretty sure was when I stopped myself there and it's like, no, I can't anymore. It
was at the end of season 2. I think it was at the end of season 2 when.
2?
Yeah.
2. I can't remember.
I remember it was at the close to the like in between 2 or so.
Yeah. Season. I think end of season 2. I can't. I came back as a part of a flashback thing there. I guess I can't remember. At one point there was like an altered timeline thing, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is. I don't know what the fuck this is.
So, no, but to move it past that or so and everything, I know you haven't been on VRChat a lot, but I would like to ask about the VRChat Current Present. If there was like something from the time you started playing VRChat to where it is right now, what would be the one thing you wish was not changed, or something you wish that didn't change? You want something you would want to change, or something you didn't want to change? So.
Some aspects haven't really changed that much, honestly. There, I've seen some things that are just mostly the same there, and that in itself can be a problem in some there. And most of it comes down to people in the end of the day for VRChat. VRChat is a social game, social network game, and some people just like people develop worlds. People have been developing worlds all the time, but you never saw that because more often than not, your friends would be hanging in one or two worlds, and that would be it there essentially.
Yeah.
And you'd never see these new worlds and that there essentially for a lot of times. And then there's a whole, oh, I'm so scared of like public world or stuff like that. Everyone's doing things there. It got to the point where people like they had crashes coming into the game, had all that stuff there, and that was just. That was fun there dealing with that because no one likes being crashed in VR, especially because you just blacked out or you're just hearing a looping sound. I got a good clip out of that there one time I got crashed, which is hilarious. But I know I've gotten a whole bunch of VRChat clips, but basically with VRChat there and at the present time, I do like some of the changes I have been doing there because I have popped on every now and then, like this menu. I don't know how we can deal with this. The pop-up menu there. I think that is neat. A bit more neat that one because it's a bit more. Yeah, yes. Even though it is a bit weird compared to this one as well, but
a little bit different.
It just looks like I miss. It looks like I'm just waving my hands, but I'm pulling up a menu. You can't see it in the screen.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up my menu. So back onto that. There's some aspects I like that Udon gave a lot more craze, a bit more options. I wish they did that earlier. In this lifespan when it was it was a lot more popular, a lot more people were creative at the time because after a while, because for those who don't know, VRChat just used to run on a very older version of Unity there, which was very cumbersome, very hard to make stuff for essentially, and it took them a while to get this whole Udon or stuff. That's why people are more getting into the game now, is because Udon, there's more creators actually getting into it now again. But a lot of those early creators that put that effort into there have just quit there because they just lost that drive that they had because the creative tools weren't there that could have been there, essentially.
Technically, what took the win out of everybody's sales as a creator was the fact that originally, before Udon, VRChat was going to basically go with a certain other program on hand. I can't remember what the name of it was at the time. Hell, I started using it when I was basically trying to be a video game designer. I can't remember off the top of my head at the moment, but basically they were supposed to go with this program. And what happened was instead of going for that program entirely, VRChat decided, you know what, we'll just make our own from scratch, and that basically threw other people, off balance because it's like, what are you talking about? This is more. This is, at least with this, it's stable, it works. Certain other programs have used it and games have used it, and it helped out on hand. I'm trying to think.
Even version, like the thing, it was running on an older version of Unity when the newer versions had more stuff there for them to use, I guess, there in creative sense of there. So that was a bit limiting on some people there, I guess, and eventually people are tired of it there. So I've seen a whole bunch of like amazing one of the greatest things I had at the time while I was in VRChat there that most people probably never even notice there is that I would go to some random people, some friends there that I know, and I just watch some of their animations on their models and stuff like that, or see their worlds and stuff like that. And there's just sometimes like people just leave me in awe with some of the creativity they made there. Like one of the most stand out for me there, if you know this person, I don't know if you know it or not, there is Dolpha. Dolpha essentially. Dolpha was like a little sheep kind of thing there, like the sheep like anime girl. Okay. And basically on their avatar, they created entire worlds. They could create an entire world. They could like cover the entire world, with like a thing there. Had like a mine shaft there where like Uganda Knuckles are being pulled on a mine shaft across the whole thing. It had like full everything as a mine. You can hear the dripping and everything. It's just had one with a rock stage, and it was just spectacular. And I just couldn't wait to show other people that kind of think there's animations there, even though obviously some people like that could lag some people as well there. Yeah. But it was just so beautiful, some of the stuff there, and I just loved seeing that kind of creativity, and I was just in awe of it there essentially. Yeah. No, I feel you. And I feel like some aspect of that, especially with the VRChat streaming side of it there, the main reason with the VRChat streaming side, I felt it felt samey, it felt repetitive, felt like nothing was changing. It was just I go to the same world with this person. Oh, this is happening. Oh, you got a new meme avatar. Oh, here's a new meme avatar. Oh, thank you. Okay. It just felt stale and repetitive. I got bored of it.
I see. No, I got you.
The formula of it all kept going again and again. Like, and then I, of course, saw my analytics as well there, where even though I was getting like lots and lots of followers, I wasn't getting as much like people watching and interacting with the stream at the same time as well. I every now and again I get some raids and stuff like that, but I wasn't getting active or people watching and talking in the chat there, and that just made me feel off there. Like feel like I wasn't doing anything, because I like interaction with people. I like talking to people. I bounce off people better. Like I like talking to you. I like talking to all friends and stuff like that. If I'm by myself talking, like just to the cameras, it's awkward. It feels like, you know.
Well, for me, it's just one of those things where, okay, when it comes to talking to a camera or anything, you just kind of like run off the emotion of what's going on in your mind, or so basically thought. You know, for me, I have a rapid thought process, so really at certain points, even if I slow down, I'm constantly thinking here and there. But basically, I'm able to run off certain things. So.
Yeah, so that was part of the thing with the current stuff there. I like they're doing new stuff with it there. I like that, even if people are like, "Oh no, you shouldn't change this. Why are you changing this aspect there? You should keep it the same." As like the VRChat community, that I see, because even though I'm not as much on VRChat itself, I've seen a lot about it on Twitter, because I still follow quite a few people VRChat there. I see a lot of the complaints, all the stuff there. I'm like, you want to change. Accept some of the change, okay? They're trying. They actually are trying, even if it seems like they're not trying. The VRChat team is trying with what they have, I guess. There, you know, just cut them some kind of slack, you know, for this. You've been sticking with this game for almost about three for some people now, 2 to 3 years there, and for the new people, they're fine. They're enjoying the game. They don't really get it. But it's the old people that have been part of the game for a long time, like that, and like just try it out there. If you don't like it, then okay, that's fine. But just give some stuff a shot. Give some new maps a shot. Give all that stuff there. Don't try and blame all your problems on other people as well. Yeah.
So, question I want to ask to pass that is time zones. Since we talked about time zones and everything, so I'm going to say, for somebody who lives in Australia, how hard is it for you to be able to try to keep up with everybody when you're like, you know, a day ahead of them, especially when you got to get up in the morning to go see everybody?
Okay, here's the thing. If I was doing a normal day-to-day job, I wouldn't be able to talk to you right now. Essentially, I wouldn't be able to talk to you right now. I wouldn't be able to do that. If I was doing, like, I work during the day, I go at night and say that, I wouldn't be able to talk to you, because basically, give you the idea, right now it's 9:44 a.m. essentially for me, and it's 9:44 a.m. almost 10 o'clock in the morning. Essentially, because I work night shift and I do from like 12 p.m. to 7 a.m. there. Essentially, I'm working then, and my free time is during the day, which is nighttime for you guys. So I have chance during the morning and like some of the afternoon to talk with people in the US, or just the end of the British time there, essentially there. Like just a British night there. So that's kind of how it is. So back in the day, before, when I was doing the VRChat a lot more often and doing that, essentially I'd work there, do like 12 to 7, then I'd rush back home, I'd put on my VR headset, and I would start talking to people and stuff like that. And that was how it worked. So time zone is, I did have problems with it, obviously. I'm still trying, every now and then I'm still trying to figure out, like, I have to quickly Google search, oh, what's this time compared to this time there, you know. Even then, that's there. But I try to do it because I enjoy talking to people there, especially with my American friends. So that was one of the great things of TwitchCon there, meeting these people I've talked to on VRChat for the longest time there, and getting to meet them IRL and be in the same time zone.
I was about to say, you had a hell of a trip trying to even get over here to like California and everything, because literally, because literally, instead of like going from Australia to California, you had to go from Australia to China and all the way to California from there. Here's the thing. The reason I originally did that, because it was going to be cheap. I didn't go direct flight. I did that. I went from Australia to Hong Kong to like California.
And if you remember in 2019, what was happening in Hong Kong at the time?
Yeah, you took a dangerous route. Yeah, I remember you took a dangerous route during the protests.
No, at the time when it was like I was taking out flights, that wasn't happening. And the protests started happening right around when I was there. So when I was getting up here, it was like getting up to America, it was fine. It wasn't much an issue. I pretty much stayed in the airport briefly. Then it was just a transfer essentially. There's this a few hours and transfer. But on the way back, I spent the night there because originally I was gonna spend the day, have a look at the sights of Hong Kong, have all that stuff there. I got to Hong Kong, all the train systems were down, and I pretty much stranded in like this station there because I couldn't get to where my other station was because it was closed off there. So I had to wait for a fucking taxi in like this random like relatively mild heat there essentially, I guess, and just waiting for a taxi there. I eventually after like wandering around there, I got a taxi. I got into the car, got there. The taxi driver actually shouted the thing, which is cool. And then I got out of the car, I got to the hotel, and then I realized I left my mobile phone in the fucking taxi.
Oh.
and I couldn't get it back. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if the person that was the taxi driver purposely like stole or back there, because eventually I think I handed over it once to like give the map there to show that, but I forgot to get it back from him there. And by the time I realized that, he's already gone because he's doing taxi stuff there. So that night in Hong Kong was just depressing. I was just like, fucking just sad. I was like, I have no phone, I don't have time, I don't have contacts. So I just play my fucking I can't remember. Was it a Switch? Yeah, it was a Switch there. I had the Switch there with me, and I was playing Bash on the fucking Switch there because that was one of the few things I had on the fucking.
No, yeah.
And then eventually had cried myself to sleep because I'm like, it's just stressful because I had so much of my stuff on my phone, like all the photos I had from the trip, all of this stuff there, and
didn't you have your ticket with you in that phone
too? I think so. I can't remember off the top. I think I had I had the ticket outside of it, but I had just basic time because I didn't have a watch. I still don't have a watch, but basically, I couldn't tell the time off top of my head there, so that I couldn't do that. So most of the time on the pretty much the way back on the day Hong Kong, instead of like exploring the city, seeing all that stuff there, I went to the fucking train station, went to the airport, and then stayed at the airport for the rest of the fucking day, and just like went on the internet and stuff like that, using the internet there, and I read like all of the first novel of Log Horizon, because I had that on visual novel. Light novel of Log Horizon, and they actually inspired me to get the rest of it and read all that there, which is cool. But it was still pretty depressing. Me just sitting in the airport, like just on the computer, just like trying to use the airport Wi-Fi to try and like contact people as well, going to be like, I've lost my phone in Hong Kong and I can't get it back. And that was.
No, I feel you.
Something kind of depressing, but eventually I got on the flight and I watched some stuff there. Originally on the way up there, I watched like fucking Game of Thrones and stuff like that there. On the way back, I was just watching some random thing on the thing. Eventually, I don't know why, I saw someone off the side there watching fucking the Queen's Corgi, and I'm like, why is this even a fucking movie? The Queen's Corgi is just so fucking horrible. It's just an animated movie about a corgi, the Queen's Corgi, essentially, that and had a fucking shitty ass version of Trump there. It was so bad.
No,
it is. I don't know why anyone watch it in general, even if they're on a flight.
Well,
and I saw that briefly there.
I will say for the most. No. I was gonna say I will say for the most part, at least you're able to get back home. So hey, there's a bright side to this. Be able to get back home.
And at least I have a good story out of it all as well.
Yeah.
At least I have a story. And I got my photos back at the end of the day from my trip to America, which is a relief. Because basically with because most of my stuff was on the in the good old space of interwebs and stuff like that. It got like synced up into the phone. So got my own old, like a new phone there. I think my dad gave me his old phone there, and I synced it up to my account, and I was able to get my photos back, all the photos from the trip. So that was a relief, and that was all the memories are back there, and my contacts are kind of lost, but that's not all the contacts, but you know.
Yeah, I got you. Like,
and today, I'm here. I got through. I got a good experience out of it there, even if that last bit wasn't as good. Like, I had an amazing time in America for the most part there.
Speaking of Log Horizon, let's talk about anime.
Okay, the segue.
Yeah, the segue. There it is. There's the segue. Let's talk about anime. So, let me ask you this first question. Off the top of your head, what is the anime that hits you home?
Hits home. Fuck. So isn't like, you know, emotional, like, or just ones like
basically the moment you watch everything, the moment you felt it, like basically it hit you too close to home, on exactly what it is.
Oh, it hits it close to home. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for anything most of the time. I cry some of the shit, the cheesy shit sometimes there. But a lot of time, I think, of course, this is the easy generic one there. Anohana was one that got me as well there. I knew it was coming. I knew the twist was coming. I seen it a mile away. But when I started watching, I'm like fucking burst out like a fucking, like, just crying out the shit there. Crying out so much. And just, yeah, I had that. I had, come on, controller. Yeah, I had a whole bunch. I've watched a lot of anime over my time. I can't think of all of them there off the top of my head. I never watched Planet though. I haven't watched that, even though I've heard a lot of sad things about it. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stories that hit there. One that hit close to home, I guess, there, which is is an anime that came out I think last year called Hitori no Bochi. You may. Oh, I think it was like that, if I remember correctly.
Honestly, when it comes to certain names like that, I'm not gonna think it off top of my head immediately based on title.
I know, but I know you're not gonna probably do that. But basically, this character is socially awkward as fuck there, and just doesn't know how to interact and make friends. But she wants to make friends there, essentially, quite a lot there. And I could relate a lot to some of her struggles and stuff like that, like trying to talk to people and that, and just. And it was adorable as fuck. So that's why I made. I did make a video on YouTube there for it. There, it's just like this one section where they all start fucking laughing. I just cursed it up there, and it's one of my best videos on YouTube for some reason because I haven't posted much on YouTube essentially. But that. I'll show you later after this. There, I'll just link you the thing. But Hitori Bochi, that was one that surprisingly got me. I guess there.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a sucker for emotional scenes as long as it's there. I love that story and stuff like that.
The other question I like to think of is, off the top of your head, what are your favorite animes?
Steins Gate just came off the top of my head is one of them there. It's definitely one of the most well crafted time travel stories there that I just love off the top of my head. It's really good. One, again, I've been watching this again recently, is the Lupin third series.
Lupin.
I love it. The character Lupin is the best. I love Lupin. Jigen is. I love Jigen. Jigen's awesome. Yeah, and basically this. I love the character. I love the whole, like, the characters and the how it's this episodic, but also there. So I've been watching part 4 recently. I watched part 5 that last year or something, and it got me into the proper series. And then I watched the it was Caligristo or something like that, the movie that was done by Ghibli, and that was awesome. I love that. So I'm going to probably try and get into the full series and watch it all there. That's why I'm watching part 4 now. But I love Lupin. I love Lupin.
Alright.
And a few other ones that come to mind, but One Piece definitely, not the anime, the manga.
The manga.
The anime.
I've already heard memes about that. It's been memed on so much. Basically, how many episodes there are for One Piece.
Basically, to put this bluntly, the animes that Toei essentially pretty much tried to, instead of doing filler episodes, making filler arcs there, they decided to lengthen the fuck out of the whole thing, like episodes that have. Like the openings going for like 2.5 minutes there that have like a flashback scene to what happened the last episode, and then so on and so forth. It just padded out the length of there, and the pacing was all shot to hell as a result of it there. Even though the story was still alright there, it's just the pacing of it was kind of shot. That's why, even though like there's only like almost 1,000 chapters now. There's also almost getting close to like mid 900, which shouldn't be the case for the anime. Essentially, it shouldn't be that close to it there.
Yeah.
I feel like it needed to do like more of the seasonal thing, like give it some time to actually put some effort into putting that there and pacing it properly.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, it's making money doing it weekly, and that's why the pacing shot to hell. There was this one point in the Wano arc recently where they had a sumo wrestler thing, and it kept going like this,
Mm-hmm.
and like wobble, this, and kept repeating the same things for a panel that was essentially 3 panels in the manga. It was just them reacting there, and it went on for like about 2 to 4 minutes of them reacting and going backwards and pushing forward, doing the same animations, and it was just horrible and disappointing. Like I love some of the points of the anime there. It's amazing, but also just I wish it was done better, because I wish it could have just done better. Also, fuck the 4 kids thing. That was just horrible.
I could just say something right now, but I don't want to.
No, 4 kids stuff. Just
I know.
No.
You know what's here's the bad part. When I was growing up, or so, how I got introduced to One Piece was through the 4 kids. The 4 kids. Yeah.
Yeah, it had some good elements there, because of course it's One Piece. It's hard to fuck up, but they still managed to fuck up. They fuck it up badly.
Somewhere
they made a gun into a twist around hammer, and that is a meme. And I don't know how they did it. They made, of course, Sanji smoking into a lollipop set, and because they're 4 kids,
it's kids, yeah.
4 kids. Imagine how they wanted if they had to adapt the rest of it there. They cut off 5 sections and seasons of like arcs there. Like they cut off the Little Garden arc there. Imagine what happened if they had to get like, you know, the Water 7 and what was it? Fucking mind Water 7 and Impel Down.
No, you're fine.
Fuck, my mind is just mine is blanking on what it is there.
It'll probably come to you. It'll come to you when you least expect it. Trust me. It's one of those things where basically you don't think about it today, and then you remember it next day.
The chat are hating me right now. But yeah, basically the whole Water 7 part there, where there's a whole reference to the Little Gun incident there with the 2 giants there. I wonder how that goes.
They got paralyzed into it. They got para in it. 4 kids got
paralyzed it, yeah.
Paralyzed got into it, yeah.
Paralyzed it, my awesome mod, my amazing mod there.
But
I know he knows where I live. I know where he lives.
But to sum this all up,
you live, Paralysia.
But
yep.
To sum all this up, or so, with one last question. As you know, we have this camera right here for you to look at, and
yes.
And the thing is, the question I have to ask you is this: what are your goals and dreams? And if you have it, what is your best advice you can give? So I'll let you have the center floor. I'm gonna back up and let you speak to the camera and just let them know off the top of your head what is it. So go right ahead.
Okay. All right. My goals and my dreams. I have a whole bunch of goals. I want to basically find out. I know a lot of people have this there. I want to pretty much grow as a person and find out what I want to do as much as I want to. I want to find what my and I've been working towards. My dream is to eventually be a decent content creator, one that's good and enjoyable people, and be able to basically get my shit together and, you know, actually do good things, make entertaining stuff there. But I'm just working on that as I go. As to some advice, you guys, take every day as it is there, but also, you know, don't neglect the table. Don't neglect the people around you there. Try and have fun as much as you can, and just try and experiment a bit. You know, try different things. Don't be afraid to try different things, because eventually you might find the thing that you want to do. While you are small, if you're a small creator, while you're small, experiment as much as you can, because once you get bigger, people want one specific thing from you, and that's usually not just sex, but they usually want like specific kind of content there, and it's harder to create your own image once you've already got an image set from people in their minds, you know. So experiment, make your own image, make your own destiny, and yeah, you go from there.
Okay. No, that's good. It's good. It's good sound. I mean, trust me, neglection. That's a thing you never want to have on hand, because trust me, it's one of those things where basically those who are with you for the entire time are on hand, especially those who believe in your dreams, your goals. Those kind of people are the ones who basically will be with you to the end because they want to see you accomplish what you want. But when you kind of don't have that bond, you don't have that bond, or you basically start neglecting that for the most part or so. Even if you do get to the mountaintop, when you turn around, there's nobody there to basically see you at your fullest, at your fruition on hand.
Yeah. And at that point, why did you climb the mountain if it wasn't with the people that you have brought with you there?
Yeah. But with that in mind, guys, that will be it. That will be episode 11 of Shoot the Breeze.